Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Lisa with Lisa's Faith and Budget Planning channel. I'm excited to be here today and getting into my July budget closeout. So this is already the 8th of August. This has been closed out for a bit. I was out of town this week. It was Galaxycon week and it was the end of the month, and then first of the month income came in. And trying to close out one month and set up the next on the first of every month sometimes gets a little difficult when you're traveling and you're trying to track everything, and then you kind of mess up the tracking a little bit on the road and on the go. But I did the best I could and I came very close, which was fine. So what I did was I backtracked the numbers from what I knew the actuals were. And the best part for me is every month I close out to zero, and July's money stays in July and what's left over goes into the savings account. So all I had to do was take what was in the bank account on August 1st with the new first of the month income, know what that balance is, and then whatever cash was still in the checking account at that time went to savings after I paid hefty credit card bill and things like that because of Galaxycon. We had way too much fun. So, but it all worked out. And yes, my son and I had a great time. We loved doing it and I really enjoyed it, and I'm glad I'm recovered from it, which is another reason why it's taken me a while to do this one. Just because I'm just tired. I was just tired. All right, so let's go to Paycheck 2. I never closed it out. We're closing it out now, and I'm just going to kind of walk you through what we did. I'm not going to really use the calculator much just because we're just closing it out. So I did balance forward a negative number, which gave me less to work with in Paycheck 2, which would have left me a negative number as well. And I had my fixed expenses, then I had my variable. Now my variable, the way I worked my variable was whatever my husband and my other son spent the last week of July, that is what, oh, I have a no spend day. That is what counted towards the budget. And then everything me and my son spent this last week during Galaxycon, that is what I counted as vacation money. So we used our savings account to pay our credit card, where all the spending went to. And I'm just looking for my no spend stickers because I like putting them down. Oh, they're there. And so that's how I separated it and kept it separated in my mind and in the budget. So we really, my husband didn't go to the store while I was gone pretty much. He went a couple times. This was actually an Amazon coffee purchase. So he wouldn't have to go to the store. I actually made this one. And then he did go to the store for a couple items. But he typically does not go to the store. And then here he went for a couple more items. So that was, just random. And so we didn't really spend a lot in the budget, which left a lot of money left over. So I took what was left over and paid the credit card with that. I won't go there with the spending tracker. So let's go to Paycheck 2 and see what these sticky notes say. So I had $2,074.12, 1,000 of income, $1,184.16 of fixed expenses, and then we also subtracted out these numbers, which was $1,081.53, and that left us a negative $191.57, which was a lot less than what we had predicted previously in my Paycheck 2 setup. So this closed out Paycheck 2, and I took that number and had it here for Paycheck 3, and I have that negative, and that was the actual, and then my husband's salary, that didn't change. Other income, we did not get other income, and so these numbers were the same. There we go. $2,360.79. And then here, this was what was left as far as our bills or our fixed expenses that we wanted to put money towards. I always put, and usually the last paycheck of the month is the one check that has the most disposable income and the least amount of bills attached to it, depending on how the month shifts as far as dates and weeks. So this month, it was only the last few days of the month. I think it was 4. So it was $1,063.44 left over. And then, or not left over, for fixed expenses. And then our variable expenses were $444.94. Now, $331 of that went to the credit card. That unbudgeted is actually part of the vacation spending. I confused myself at one point and made the wrong transfer. And so it came out of checking when it was supposed to come out of savings. Didn't matter because whatever was left over in the end of the month was going to go in the savings anyway. And that savings was going to pay for the credit card irregardless. It was going to get paid somehow. So I just transferred wrong. That's all. The computer. So the actual savings for the month, after all the expenses and everything was said and done, I still had $852.41 sitting in the checking account at the end of the month, and I transferred all that to savings. Now, I spent way more than that while I was at Galaxycon, and this closes out Paycheck 3, weekly check-in. These were the numbers here for week 5. For that last week where my husband did a little bit of spending. That's why there was so much cash left over in the bank, because what I was spending wasn't counted towards the budget except for this unbudgeted part. But this was actually what was sitting in the checking account the night before, and everything had cleared night before the first of the month checks hit. So this is where I was backtracking and basing my numbers on. Now, as far as, let me go to October because that has the sheet I'm looking for. As far as what we spent, and these numbers are wrong, I think, as my spending tracker for vacation. Whew. Spending money at Galaxycon. I forgot to highlight. This week in total up. I'm going to grab all my highlighters here and make sure I have all the ones I want. Need gas. And, whoop, there's one. Groceries, restaurants, and then miscellaneous. There we go. So, I think that's all I need. All right. How did I do hotel was miscellaneous last time. Now, I did have, I think these numbers might be right. I might have changed these numbers. So, whoops. Gasoline, and that's it for that. So, starting here, all of this column, and I thought I was done, but there were transactions that were not showing up on my credit card statement quite yet, and these are the ones that showed up later. That's what screwed me up, is I was trying to use the credit card to tell me what I spent, and because when I went to Galaxycon, I could not get a receipt for everything. It wasn't working. Most of the stations you bought food at or drinks or anything like that, they just didn't really offer a receipt. I think I could have asked for one every time, but I didn't. And that's okay. So anything that we drank, this is like two big bottles of water, or water and Pepsi or something like that. Let's see, I got it under restaurants. Yeah. Anything that we ate or drank at the Galaxycon is what I'm highlighting here. Papa John's, we had pizza delivered one night. More water, drinks, and it was easier to buy it than it was to refill a water bottle there at the con. The water didn't taste that great, and it wasn't that cold, and it was so hot in there. And then this was lunch there at the con. We got 2 chicken baskets, and then this was ice cream. Yeah, ice cream was $7 a cup. Parking. How did I do parking? Miscellaneous. All right. Sometimes it was $10 depending on where I'd parked. $25, you know, almost $30 in one place, 24, I mean. So anyways, everything that we spent right here, and I finally got all the numbers, it was $1,407.40 in total for what we spent, including the hotel at Galaxycon, in addition to what we had saved up and paid for with photo ops that we prepaid for, and the tickets to go, which were VIP tickets. This is all in addition to all of that. And it's not cheap, but we had a lot of fun. We did some extra autographs we weren't expecting. We had some great experiences there. Vincent D'Onofrio just blew us out of the water. It was amazing. I went to get an autograph for my husband, and he couldn't be there because of, you know, the crowds and things like that, and he has PTSD, and he just couldn't do it. And I was trying to explain this to Vincent because he's looking at this autograph, and let me see if I can have a picture of it, of him in the movie Full Metal Jacket is what it was. And I'm like, I promise this picture's not for me, because it's not. Yeah, here it is. This is, you can't really see it really well, but this is a picture of Vincent D'Onofrio in Full Metal Jacket. But here he is right here. Sweet guy, amazing guy, and that's a military movie. And so I told him my husband couldn't make it because of his PTSD, and he was asking literally, is your husband doing well? Are they taking care of him? He wanted to make sure, as a vet, my husband was not being left behind. And I just really loved that he was concerned about that, and that he really had that conversation with me. So that was really, really nice of him. And then at the end, he said, can you call him? I said, yeah. Can you video call him? I said, yeah, I think he's fishing, but yeah, I think I can get a hold of him. And so he had me video call him, and I did, and they had a sweet conversation, and he thanked him for his service, and it was just a beautiful moment. So I'm so glad we did it this year. It was worth every penny just for that moment. And a lot of the others, Christopher Lloyd and Jael White, and just all these actors that we met, they were just so wonderful. Even during a time when there's a writer's strike and the actors are supporting that, they can't talk about their projects or their past projects, but they would autograph whatever you put in front of them. And I was just like blown away of their ability to just, you know, make it a really special, even though it's not what it normally had been in the past and what we expect it to be. It was just really, really cool. So we had a great time. That's what we spent. That is Galaxycon, and not sure if I'm going to do it again. It was an 8.5 hour drive. But that closes out August. I mean, July. We're in August. Let's see. July. So yeah, that closes out July. We did put money back into savings, which covered the cost of a lot of that Galaxycon spending. And then we started again in August, brand new budget and everything like that. So I know this is short and sweet. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of my videos, please subscribe to my channel. And I will see you guys next time. Have an amazing and blessed day. Bye.